Alright, straight into game number 2. We've got ThorzaiN starting at the bottom here on Amazonia, and Blade is in the top right. ThorzaiN actually playing a one-base build in the previous game and kind of forcing Blade not to expand himself. I mean, I'm pretty sure the plan from Blade was to expand. But once ThorzaiN reached his main base, Blade was forced to just abandon this plan, come back and basically defend the whole time. And then after that, ThorzaiN just got quite a bit ahead. His tech was so much quicker. And he capitalized on that with a Panda, then into much quicker priests and an expansion that was very well timed. But is it better starting at bottom because it's easier to move up with mouse? I have no idea about that, but I would say personally I like starting at the bottom because when you staff your units later on in the game, they staff right there on the safe side. Whereas if you're here and you staff units, they staff on the outside where they would be sniped much more easily. So I like being on the bottom quite a bit more. Kinda like in other situations as well. Cap.
Alright, let's see. Third farm on the way. It's not here, there. On this side yet. Okay, there it is. Slightly delayed actually. Infi and all these guys, they get third farm very quickly on 19. And on this map, the question nowadays, like everybody starts with like this and then they get level 2. The question is, do you go for this or do you try and prevent the opponent from doing theirs? There really isn't any other creep routes that people have been using. It's all about trying to get those. Yeah, Lightning Shield actually was used here on the Archmage, and he tried to use that to do a little bit of extra damage for a second, but didn't want to take the risk of burning his own peasants. Arcane Tower on Blade's side, but not on ThorzaiN's side. So usually, it's okay to skip Arcane Tower, but then that means you can't let the opponent reach your base too easily. You need to be there to defend if they do. And the fact that we got rid of Lightning Shield on this map, like over here, it used to be there, I think it was, definitely makes it easier now to defend against that. I mean, Lightning Shield was nerfed as well on top of that, but it still would be incredibly hard to defend against it. And it looks like ThorzaiN is headed over there to prevent Blade from creeping that, but Blade, he's got a plan of his own. He's going straight for the expo, which ThorzaiN, I mean, he will immediately realize what's happening and run there. This is really bad. When your water elemental gets ensnared like this, it means your peasants will take extra damage, and now the peasants have taken so much damage already. So many peasants are gonna die. I think ThorzaiN got the XP. Scroll of the Beast is found, it's immediately used. I'm pretty sure ThorzaiN got the XP. This is a disaster, guys. Absolute disaster. What do you do here if you're Blade? He's tilting. He's going straight to the other side. Still trying to deal some damage to this. Actually, to be honest, the Archmage with the Scroll of the Beast has +9, so he hits pretty damn hard. Hey, what's up, Lado?
A player's forces are under attack.
If you want me to send you the replays of Starshape's game and then we do them together, let me know, Lado. Definitely can be done. I think people liked your casting a lot. But you don't have to, obviously. I don't wanna abuse your kindness. So ThorzaiN's kinda dancing around. He's much closer to level 3 than Blade is. What's Blade up to? Like, why would you be in this corner of the map unless you wanted to try and buy these?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, let's do it health for the win. Okay.
I'll send you after this series on Discord, and then we can just time the resuming together. People have been asking about you, Lado. You've got quite the fan base, if I may say so. So ThorzaiN's tech is quite a bit quicker than Blade's yet again here, by the way. And now he got level 3 quite a bit quicker too. Double Cloak of Shadows kind of sucks. He got a mantle here. He got boots, by the way. So there's a lot of chasing potential here for ThorzaiN. If he gets one more damage item here, this is amazing for him. Especially with the boots. And he gets pretty much that, yeah. Tome of Intel as well is always nice. A welcome sight. And looks like he's gonna be able to find Blade here. Okay, that footman's headed the wrong way. Gets a Naga second, wow! That I did not expect. We have a shop about to finish. He did go for double Arcane Tower, by the way. I was kind of worried that Blade might get desperate and try and siege his base needlessly. And he's gonna intercept the footman here. What's up, little homie? With boots on Naga, like, she's gonna be extremely fast. Blade, I fully expect a mount tanking second and just a lot of breakers, because that's what he does. He's very good at it. ThorzaiN's looking to creepjack. I think the whole point of this Naga is like he's looking for him and he wants to punish. He saw that Blade was nowhere at the top, so he figured that he was somewhere at the bottom. He's gonna force a TP here. And before, actually, the more Blade delays the TP, the more damage he's gonna take on his units there. Loses 2 footmen, and he's forced to TP. That's a big win here for ThorzaiN, because like a TP on this map, you know, like even though you're creeping, you're not super rich. It's very hard. Like you can't really remake or like rebuy a new one. And because he's got like the Naga much earlier than Blade is gonna have his second hero, I think ThorzaiN realized he can kind of come on this side of the map, steal this camp with ease, and he's gonna do just that. Blade's doing like a measly little Murloc camp. Replenishment pushing gets picked up, and we have a lot of priests on the way here. Actually, the second sanctum was slightly delayed. Maltanking's finally here, but Blade does not have Buto speed. Actually, he doesn't even get this. That's bad, because that would have brought him closer to level 4 here. ThorzaiN goes for the creeping on his Expo. And because this has already been pretty much done, I think after that he gets to choose. Does he go there to try and fight before this is done? Remember that the golem's already dead. I think he can just kind of get his shot, maybe get an item. He's gonna let the Naga level. It's a pretty good item because even though in human you see a lot of like mass breaker, there is always gonna be like a decent amount of like footmen, priest in the back and all that. So if you get Fort Lightning level 2 and you can spam that, that's gonna do a lot of damage here. That's gonna be some solid AoE, you know? It's almost easier to use than a Mount Tanking's clap as well, because you use it from far away. So it's not like the opponent can really like, you know, split very easily. Or get out of the way. It's level 4. So experience advantage for ThorzaiN right now, 48 supply to 48 supply to 44 in ThorzaiN's favor. And I think ThorzaiN, if he gets like especially because we're at the pre-breaker stage here, you know, they're making all units but breaker so far. If ThorzaiN could get level 3 Naga here, those Fort Lightning really will start adding up in terms of damage. Sends militia here to actually help them fight against this, but the creeps are actually, I guess they're eating ThorzaiN's army. He's gonna re-engage into them. Blade trying to make the most of it. So close to level 3. And Mount Tanking actually moved in. Yeah, that Naga is gonna get level 3 here, and that's gonna chase Blade back. I don't think he could achieve much more here. Even though the creeps were attacking ThorzaiN, like these creeps are not that strong. The army was big enough that it didn't really matter. And the expansion was slightly earlier for ThorzaiN, so that's going to be a little bit of a gold boost that he's going to have. Level 4-3, he's got Lightning Shields. He's got some pretty good items. Still has a TP to get out of there if he's in trouble. He has a breaker, unlike Blade who doesn't. Fort Lightning, what did I tell you? Look at this. It did so much damage, and he can just keep on spamming it. He's got at least 2 more with the frozen arrows that still cost mana as well, and then he has the greater mana. Like those priests, they're gonna work overtime. And keep in mind, because they're healing all the time, they might run out of mana in terms of being able to use dispels on water elementals. But obviously he has level 4 Archmage, which is very nice with the aura level 2. A single water elemental here applying some pressure on those peasants, doing a bunch of damage.
ThorzaiN is not overextending either. He knows to pull back when he needs to here. It's so rare to see a Naga, I find. Does he use the greater mana? You can actually dispel that here. Feels like ThorzaiN has more mana to work with because he wasn't like healing like crazy the whole time. Ooh, uses lightning shield on the water elemental. Blade's moving in for the dispels. He's actually gonna get one of those breakers here. He's closing into level 3 Mountain King, but not quite there yet. Goes for a Stormbolt on one of those priests. They are kind of trading priests here for now. Same breaker count. And ThorzaiN is going for a Blacksmith, but Blade is under so much pressure that he hasn't been able to. Archmage is gonna get targeted like crazy here. He should be able to get out. Oh my god, the Fort Lightning! Fireball! And he goes down! How did this work? He must have been like out of position for just 1 second, and I guess Naga with boots is pretty scary, and there was no boots on the other side. Okay, now this is a disaster because if even for 30 seconds there is no Archmage with Aura, it's very bad for Blade. Mountain King is out of mana, and now Archmage got level 5 for ThorzaiN, and Naga got level 4. So even though it's kind of like he's got a lot of injured units, he can just pull back and be fine, but he's still being super aggressive. One last parting gift from Sweden with love. Ooh, actually has almost a Stormbolt. ThorzaiN's micro has been really good here. He's saving a bunch of units that he's sending home every time. But this time, he might have to TP soon, I don't know. No, he's preventing the Mountain King from Stormbolting by attacking it with breakers every time he's getting close to 75 mana. Yeah, I think he will TP there. He's just killing the last few peasants before getting out. Trying to get one breaker. This is maximum greed by ThorzaiN, by the way. He's gonna invuln. And now I think he needs to use TP right now. He's trying to transfer it. Oh my god, this is a happy TP! No! Okay, so he loses the Naga. To be honest, it's not the end of the world, because Archmage is only being remade from the altar. Imagine if Blade broke that. He might have, I think he might have just killed his Archmage after. The famous happy TP, guys. Why not just TP with the Archmage while the invuln was on? Because he was greedy. He was maximum greedy. He wanted to kill 1 or 2 more units. Didn't really need to try and get it, but he was greedy. I mean, if you do get it, it feels good, but if you mess it up even just a little bit and lose your Naga, it doesn't feel as good, but it's still quite a bit ahead in my opinion. We've got 62 supply for ThorzaiN, who's getting +2 attack for breakers. Right now it's on the way. It's midway through done, and on the other side, we've got 53 supply and no upgrades whatsoever. So there's going to be a massive advantage here for ThorzaiN when he re-engages. Yeah, he can even get like 2 healing scrolls. That Blade's going to go right back into some creeping. Robe of Magi. He should give the boots to Archmage then. Quicker attack speed. And ThorzaiN has so much. Blade has no TP, by the way. If he gets caught here, it's trapped. But ThorzaiN is gonna head straight for that second base. And +2 already completed here for those breakers. Militia is actually gonna come in here. And Militia does a lot of damage here to these breakers. Going straight for a surround here is Blade. There is an invuln. Oh my god, he got bashed. Woo! Got bashed at the wrong time. He's going for the Archmage of Blade. And that was out of position for 1 second. You wanted to go for hero target, Blade. ThorzaiN obliged. And ThorzaiN, he's getting level 6 in every game. This is absurd. In the 2-on-2 he kept getting level 6. And now in this solo he's getting level 6. I think that tells us something. Like, he knows how to micro, he knows how to win these fights. And he's always going to get better trades than you. And he's always going to end up on level 6. Remember, if ThorzaiN wins this, it's going to be 2-0 for Team Sweden here. He didn't get the armor upgrade, no. He just went for +2 attack.
On the other side, we have 0,
A
0,
player's
not even a
forces
blacksmith.
are under attack.
And Blades, we already know he's gonna head straight for the Storm Bolts and hero targets. Go straight onto the Archmage. I'm surprised that there is no Zeppelin from ThorzaiN. He has a healing scroll. You have to TP. What? Okay. I guess he already had Archmage level 6, now he wants Naga level 6. I think a TP would have sold very hard here. Thought armor upgrade is better than attack if you have a lot of priests. That's very possible. Dismount tanking, like, it can Stormbolt like once or twice, but when breakers attack it, they take so much mana away from him. And Blaze actually holding on here for now. Not bad. 63 supply to 58. Blaze actually ahead in supply now. Archmage was rebuilt though from ThorzaiN. He's got Brilliance level 2, so he went Water Elementals level 3 and Mass Teleport. Okay, this time he transfers the TP properly. There's a Stormbolt. And Blade's holding on. Not bad, not bad. 56 supply to 58. These Stormbolts have been crazy. I'm really surprised that ThorzaiN didn't buy a Zeppelin, because against Mountain King it's the dream. You can't really get surrounded. I mean, Water Elementals, they get removed from the fight. Oh, he's gonna Mass Tele. That means a lot of Peasant dead. He could maybe even TP here. Oh, I think he's looking for the other Tele here.
Under attack.
But Mountain King saw that. So now he's just gonna stay there instead. Oh yeah, this mining is gonna get shut down hard here. And now he actually could go for extra upgrades, but he's not. He don't have much wood, because he pulled militia. I was surprised actually that ThorzaiN sent that many militia like this. That means that a lot of the time behind this, he's not gonna be mining so much wood. Peace! Mountain King is like, darn it. He'll do nothing about this. 60 supply for ThorzaiN, 54 for Blade. Still somewhat similar, to be honest. And I think, I mean, if you're a Blade here, you have to get kind of desperate. Just try to go for it. Try to fight non-stop. Some influence would have been amazing, but he didn't have the time to go for a shop and buy them, really.
The town is under siege.
Looking for Stormbolts. I mean, to be fair, Naga is not that bad against MK, because Frozen Arrow would kind of get him trapped. ThorzaiN's doing, like, his unit placement is really nice. He has like a shield of units in front of his hero, so even if he was Stormbolted here, it will be so hard for our Blade to get around him. It's fine, he gets dispelled. Yeah, Blades just can't quite engage into this. Look at ThorzaiN, his army movements. He always has like a wall of units in front of his heroes. You just can't engage into him. Like very fluid the way he moves. Finally, he moved back his own breakers to try and prevent a surround. Zeppelin is finally there. And this time it's gonna be hard. Like he can actually dodge Stormbolt with this. Yeah, so Blade goes for the Archmage instead, but that's always gonna be safe. There's a Water Elemental at the back trying to take out the Zeppelin. That's gonna be dispelled finally. Archmage! Oh my god. He actually saves it. And because there was no TP, everything falls.